Hey there, Aries. Welcome back. Alright, guys, let's get into this. Ooh, yesterday I had a busy day, but all is good, right? All is good. Spirit, give us a clear, concise message here for Aries. First card out, the King of Blades. So it looks like you are seeing the truth through something and you're judging it. Okay? You're judging it. You're taking it upon yourself to decide whether a relationship is worth pursuing or not pursuing. It could be a relationship. It doesn't have to be romantic. It's just, a relationship. It could be a partnership, okay? Maybe even with a younger person. It could be about business. Like, should you, partner up with somebody younger to do some kind of business? Could be, okay? Could be about business. But I do see here you're not about to let somebody influence you. Okay, so there might be somebody around you who's like saying, "Hey, Aries, you should do this, you should do that," and you're like, I'm not gonna let you influence me. I'm going to decide using my logic, using my head. I'm not going to allow my feelings to get the best of me." That's what I'm hearing. Maybe you've done that before in the past where you were a softie and you let somebody convince you into letting somebody in or hiring somebody or something like that, and it ended up backfiring. This could very well be about work because I am looking at the Eight of Coins. So it could be about work. It could be about you hiring somebody. It could also be about a commitment. Maybe you are looking into something romantic. Okay, so put your energy where it belongs. Take what resonates. Leave the rest for somebody else, right? But with the Eight of Coins coming out, if this is a romantic situation, it looks like you are possibly looking at, maybe about getting committed to somebody, making it official. That's what I'm getting. Hmm. Whatever this is, it is something that is gradual. It's something that you're not pushing to become overnight success. No, you're wanting something to grow naturally. When something grows naturally, whatever it is, relationship, business, whatever it is, right? When something grows naturally and slowly, actually, to tell you the truth, the slower something grows, the stronger it is. I've seen it over and over and over again with different businesses who just like pop up out of nowhere and just become overnight successes. Usually end up falling overnight. They fall overnight and it's over, you know. And I've seen this with relationships too. Relationships who just like start and then the couple just goes off 100, going at a speed 100%, and then they just die down. That's it. They burn out quickly, right? So you are not in no rush. You've learned that just like I've learned it. And you are in no rush. You're ready to do something steady. Slow and steady wins the race. That's what I'm hearing. Whatever it is for you here, Aries, I am seeing here that you've been burned in the past. Definitely. You've been burned in the past and you are trying your best to make sure that this does not happen again. That's what I'm hearing. So, whatever this is, business partnership, romantic partnership, you've learned your lessons and you're making sure you're going to protect yourself, guide yourself, and you're not going to let yourself just get swept off your feet and go off into something that is not good for you. You're using your head, right? You're using logic to be able to make the right decisions here for yourself. You're holding on to the things that matter to you the most. This could be people also. But you still are a very loving person. You're still a very giving person. So it hasn't changed you, okay? Your past experiences hasn't changed you. You have healed from the past experiences, but there are wounds that you're not going to be able to get rid of. And the thing about that is that it actually is good because That means from here on out, you are solid like a rock, you know? People are not going to be able to take advantage of you. People are not going to be able to hurt you. I mean, you have learned, and protecting yourself is number one priority. I see here that you have gone through a struggle, possibly recently, but you are very resilient. If anybody's going to find a way to get out of a struggle, and this could be financial, it's going to be you, Aries. And you possibly lost something here, so maybe you lost your possessions, and this might be for one of you. You lost your possessions, maybe you lost a home, it could be anything you lost. Okay? You've gone through heartache because of this loss. But you have the strength and the courage to face your challenges head on. You're a very strong person. Hmm. You have endured a lot of challenges, that's for sure. Okay, so you are setting boundaries. So somebody who's trying to come in to influence you, it's not going to work. But it does look like you do have somebody or somebodies, because it could be more than one person. As a matter of fact, it could be up to 5 people who are trying to influence you, and you're not going to allow it. You're not going to listen. Instead, you're going to be planning for things for yourself and prioritizing yourself and putting yourself forward. First and forward. Pushing yourself forward. That's what I mean. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. I see a lot of emotional wounds. So when you lost, okay, so for you who, when you lost your items, your things, there was, they were sentimental to you. Very sentimental. Yeah. Those are the hardest things to lose. You could lose your dishes, I mean, unless they're sentimental, right? But the thing about sentimental things, people might look at them and think, oh, well, it's just this, but it's not. It means more. So, like when I said dishes, oh, they're just dishes, those dishes could have been something that was passed down to you from your great grandmother or something. They're sentimental. You know, what other people see as just this or just that or just everyday items could be something very important to you. And that's why you lost things that were important to you. Things that other people probably thought were nothing, but they were something to you. That makes it even worse. It makes it worse because of the other people's attitude about it. Like, well, it was just this, it was just that. It makes it worse because it belittles it really does belittle your emotions toward it, you know, like as though your emotions doesn't matter. Because of your experience, now you're constantly on guard, constantly thinking ahead of what can this person or that person do to you to make you go through this heartache, to make you go through this loss, to make you suffer. What is it, right? So now this is why you're not gonna let anybody influence you at all, ever again. I'm gonna try to figure out where this reading is going, but apparently all that was very significant. I'm going to do another spread to see where this is going. I really don't need to verify anything because everything is pretty much self-explanatory. But you know what? I want you to know something. With this card right here coming out, it tells me that you are on the right track. The way that you're thinking is on the right track. You are making the right decisions. The way that you're planning things, the way that you're seeing things, right here, just in case you don't know what I'm pointing at, it's telling me that you are on the right decision. So the things that you're doing it's right. It's you're perfectly right. You're doing the right thing. You know what I mean? Let me see what comes out here. See why this is coming out for you. Spirit is telling me to pick from the top of the deck, so I am. Okay. So let's find out why we have the High Priestess is coming out in reverse. Tell me more about the High Priestess. Okay, so what you don't know is that you're actually protecting yourself. I mean, well, you do see that, but you're actually protecting yourself from an immediate threat. There is somebody around you. Okay, could be a Cancer, Pisces, that is planning some kind of attack on you. Something from out of the blue, something you don't see. So the way that you're behaving and protecting, you're actually pushing this energy away from you. You're actually protecting your sanity here. You know, that's what I'm hearing. You're protecting your sanity. See, that person is planning something here, and because of you being in that defense energy, you're preventing yourself from having to go through all this craziness. So it's working. That's the thing. It's working. Now, I do see something here that you might be possibly avoiding. Okay, but the thing is that it's showing as though this is an unavoidable situation. So there is an unavoidable situation that is just being suppressed or kicked down the road or something like that. Um, Something is going to come up, and it's going to be some kind of suppressed truth or a truth that you've avoided, or maybe this person has avoided. If it's not you, then it could be this person. You know, somebody here is avoiding some kind of truth. It can also be true secrets coming out, secrets being revealed. See, this secret that's going to come out or eventually come out is something that's going to end up causing a period of struggle here and possibly even conflict, where you're even going to find yourself being isolated or feeling like you're being isolated. Excuse my kids, they're behind me. I'm talking about my puppies and my babies back there. So it's going to cause a situation where you're going to feel isolated. You're going to feel like you're getting left out of something, okay? Like this secret might be something that other people around you know about, but you don't know. So it's going to be something that's going to make you feel like you were out of the loop, right? That kind of energy. But you're going to be called to come out of this isolation, not to stay in this isolation, to take action. Okay? Don't allow this situation, whoever this person is that's doing this to you, don't allow them to win. Okay, that Spirit is saying don't allow them to win, to come out of that isolation. Don't go hide yourself, because this is not your secret. This is their secret. This is their doing. This is all on them. Yes, it might be shocking to you. It's going to be a huge surprise, but it's not your secret. You might feel maybe embarrassed or something like that, or feeling like you're out of the loop or something, but you stay in the loop. You stay open. That's what Spirit is saying. You stay open. The more that you stay open, the more stress that person's going to become. And they need to feel that stress. They need to go through this. Because they're trying to put you through this. You put them through this by you not reacting the way that they're expecting you to react. So you put them through the Nine of Swords energy. Because if not, you're going to be the one that's going to go through the Nine of Swords energy. So the way that you react is very imperative here. See, this is about guilt. Okay? And for them, it's about guilt. For you, it could be mental anguish. It could be depression, right? That's what you would be going through. But Spirit is saying you come out of that energy quickly. Don't stay in there. You make them go through this guilt. They need to go through this mental suffering. They need to be the ones that go through this. You see what I'm saying? And feel this loss. Actually, this could be something about their profession. This could also be something about their skills or something like that. Okay? This could also be about repressed emotions as well. Maybe yours or theirs, right? But this is about like about worries, nightmares, anxiety, mentally suffering, you know. It could also indicate like a fear of the future, okay? So you gotta let them go through this, not you, okay? You switch it on them by coming out, by reacting different than what you normally would. And then you switch it on them and make them go through this. Now, I do feel like this person has lied. There's some lies here, some untruths here, okay? And I want you to know they're not planning on you doing this. That's the thing. They're not planning on it. They're actually planning on you going into isolation and staying in isolation. Out of sight, out of mind. You know what I mean? Go suffer somewhere else. That kind of thing, right? They're not planning on you reacting this way. They're not seeing it. It's not part of the plan. You know what I mean? It's not what they're expecting. So, yeah. Always do the opposite. It does look like this person is reacting on rumors. Okay, so whatever this secret is, it has something to do with rumors that they heard and them not having the clear picture of something. Them not seeing the full picture of something or not knowing the truth about something. Yeah, it's about them lacking clarity and then acting stupid. That's how it's coming out. Them acting stupid. Huh. Yeah, there's definitely something here. They're acting out rash, acting out because of a rumor that they heard, and it's them acting carelessly without proper thought, without thinking clearly, being scattered, moving too fast, jumping to conclusions, that kind of energy here. Yeah, what they should do is pause before acting because that's what a mature person would do, right? A mature person would be like contemplating, thinking about something. You know, a mature person doesn't just react, okay? So, again, it's giving me that energy that you're dealing with somebody who's younger, okay? And I think back here in the last spread I had, it was something about you being influenced or somebody younger than you who was trying to influence you. Yes, somebody younger. Could be an air sign, could be a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Could be. Or they could just have it in their chart. And it was about somebody younger, remember, in the old spread? So this person could be much younger who's doing this. Okay? Somebody who's very impulsive, they're not thinking things through, right? Spirit is saying that you're going to have to really turn your back on that person and plan ahead without that person in your life. Okay? Like, just turn your back on them. They need to learn their lesson. See, with this card coming out in the reverse, it means you're going to have clarity. So moving ahead without this person is your clarity. See right here, it's like they have something about you avoiding something has actually caused some kind of setbacks. So maybe you saw some red flags with this person, maybe you noticed something but you were avoiding making a decision, right? But now everything's coming out, right? It's something that you have been avoiding, okay? Something that you've been like kicking that can down the road, you know, not really wanting to face it, right? But now Spirit is saying now you can move forward. Like after all this happens, because it's gonna happen, it's inevitable. Something has to come out, right? But once it does, then you will be able to move forward and push something forward with clarity. And that's why this has to happen because in order for you to have the success that you want or to be able to move on into your next chapter, you have to be able to have clarity in order to do that. So, you know what I call this, Aries? I call this biting the bullet. Yes, I call it biting the bullet. It's time to go ahead and just bite the bullet. Instead of letting this can get kicked down the road and you avoiding it, you got to go ahead and just face it. Face it. This way you can make a decision so you can hurry up and move out of this energy. The quicker, the better. Okay? This could be about a loved one. It could be about, you know, maybe your own child. I mean, it could be, you know, and I wouldn't be surprised if it isn't about your. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it is about your own child because of how you are reacting. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised if this is about somebody really close to you because of the way that you're reacting. You know, a lot of times we don't want to see our loved ones, do bad things, right? We don't want to see them doing things that are um, harmful, right? But avoiding them is not something that's going to help us down the road. I mean, we can avoid it. I've seen people do this when they've seen their own child who was addicted to substances, right? And then they just keep avoiding it until it's so big and it becomes such a huge problem that they can't avoid it anymore, right? I'm not saying that that's the situation, okay? This might not have anything to do with illegal substances. Um, it might not have anything to do with anything that's illegal, okay? It could just be something that is morally wrong or something that is shocking, something that, you're just going to find it very difficult to deal with. It's definitely going to be something that's going to end up hurting you, something that's going to make you feel like you need to isolate yourself, something that's going to make you feel it's gonna make you feel bad. Okay, don't get me wrong. It's gonna be a difficult situation, but it's gonna be a situation where you're gonna have to decide. Are you gonna allow that person to affect you? Okay. Now, for another one of you, this could be anybody, an ex, whoever, right? I mean, it could literally be anybody, but this person knows that they are doing wrong. That's why Spirit wants you to react the opposite of how you would normally react. Because normally it looks like you would just isolate yourself and internalize that pain and suffering or those negative feelings, right? Like you would internalize it. So we're just saying don't internalize it. Let that person suffer. They're the ones that did it. So by you reacting in the opposite way, that's going to make that person feel guilty. Let them face that reality that their behavior is wrong. The secrets that they've been keeping from you is wrong. Okay? And this stuff about them listening to rumors, I'm going to dig into that. I don't know about y'all, but yeah, let's find out. I want to find out what about this rumors, right? Okay. Let's see. What cards should I use? These ones. Tell me more about these rumors about Aries, Spirit. What is it about? The Knight of Wands in reverse? What is about this rumors? Okay. It's about a difficult decision that you made about a family, about your family. Okay. It's indicating like you were reckless or it's like you were reckless or you did something possibly against the family, neglected the family. Like you did something for material gain, possibly against the family or used the family for material gain. And it's like, and they're saying like you knew exactly what you were doing with the Two of Wands energy. Like you knew exactly what you were doing. You planned it that way. You did it on purpose. Yeah, that's what that is. Like you did something purpose. See, and it's saying about the family. So this person could be a family member, which actually makes a lot of sense because of the way that you're reacting, the way that you're avoiding the situation. So it makes a lot of sense. But this is what the rumor is about you. Something that you did, you planned, you were greedy, you were impulsive, you were did something reckless possibly, maybe even to slow down somebody else's progress. Okay. That's what I have for you, Aries. I'm going to go ahead and get out of this reading. I think this is more of a guidance type of reading because that's how it's coming out. But This is what came out, guys. Catch me in the next one. I hope this helps you in some kind of way. Let me know in the comments if you know who this person is in your life. More likely, I have a feeling it's going to be your child or grandchild or somebody really close to you. Okay? Anyways, catch me in the next one, guys. Hope this helps. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Y'all take care. Bye, guys.